Hey guys, welcome to episode 36 of my Dragon Age Origins Let's Play. Last episode we somehow managed to work out a deal between the werewolves and the elves. So the werewolves became human again and we didn't have to murder all the elves, which for a moment there I was worried I'd accidentally chosen. So we're heading back to the elvish camp, which I believe is here. We're just gonna take the shortcut, avoid the forest. Oh, we've got a fight on our hands. I thought we'd have to run all the way back through the forest, but looks like not.
No. Have at you then.
So we've got some. Yeah, no, you don't get to run away again. Excuse me? What did he say? I heard something and grandmothers, so... okay. Ugh. Fine. Oh, I thought there'd be a trap there. Apparently not. Come back here, you little trap. Yeah, okay. Can we move now? Okay.
And I'm off.
Did somebody level up? Did I level up? I did. I did not notice. Let's go. No, let's go that way. Get to 50. Oh, we've got 2. Okay. So we'll leave it for now. Because we can maybe get to the second survival. So I'll wait until we get back to the Alphen camp. And see if that in any way will help the Halla. Because if it doesn't help the Halla, then I don't see any point like going any further in those skills. So we'll leave that for now. And we will attempt it again later. But yeah, we'll go for that one. You know, because if it's not going to work with 2, then it's just like, oh, well, let's just forget about it. Okay, this is not the right way. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, I guess seeing as the elves are probably not going to die, we can always come back after Devon gets, like, the next level. Maybe. A bloody corpse with elf fruit, yes. Oh, how long have they been up there? I'd usually not bother, but they've got some good stuff in them. So let's come up here. Can I come up here? No.
Yes.
Spiderling, come back. Let's get some elf fruit, deep mushroom. Oh. Okay, well, let's just leave. Nothing good is there. So what are we going to say? Are we going to lie to them?
It is done. Zathrian has banished all traces of cursed blood from the hunters. It is too bad that Zathrian had to die. I felt it when he departed. I think he was ready to go.
He was a hero in the end, Linnea.
It will be difficult to fill Zathrian's shoes. He was our keeper for many centuries, and he will be sorely missed. But I am keeper now. Let me say it officially then. I hereby swear to uphold the terms of the ancient contract our people formed with the Grey Wardens. Call, and we shall come, with great speed and purpose, and we shall strike at your foes. This I swear.
Thank you, Linnea.
It has been a long time since the Dalish marched to war, but I trust that in the end, we shall make a difference for you.
Poacher, huh? So... Yep, you have earned the respect of the Dalish elves, and they have agreed to help the Grey Wardens battle the Blights. Excellent. So we've just got all of these to do now. I think we've got some to hand in. Yeah. Okay, okay. Right, that was... Who do I need to talk to? Do I need to talk to some people here? Hey, Athos.
You have returned. Is there any chance you have news of Denala?
I do.
You have news? Have you found her? Are you certain?
She gave me her scarf. See for yourself.
That is her scarf. Where did you find her? What's become of her?
She was a werewolf, just as you expected.
So I was right. But what became of her?
She died, Athos, but not before she sent her love.
She told you that? Yes. That is what she would do.
God, that's gonna be a double
At
punch.
least she is at peace.
That she
Here is the
died
amulet,
because
as I
she was a
promised.
werewolf.
Now I should go and make arrangements. I must mourn my wife as is proper. Dareth Shira, fare you well.
But then I also come back with like news of, hey, I lifted the curse while I was at it. It's just like, oops. Sorry.
We are working hard to make enough equipment for all of the hunters. Our armaments will be superior to anything else you find on the battlefield.
I mean, you know, we'll see. I found some ironbark for you though.
Truly? Let me see. Yes, that is indeed ironbark, and a substantial quantity of it as well. Well done. An agreement is an agreement, and I will craft something from this wood for you. What would you like? A bow, or perhaps a breastplate?
Oh. Should we get Leliana a longbow? I'm sure she'd like it. But does she need it? Hell yeah, let's go for the longbow.
Monovinen, I will craft it myself. Watch if you prefer.
We're not
It will not take long.
completely good. Well, we are good people, but we had an agreement.
And I've reformed the wood to my will. A Dalish longbow for you. May it serve you well.
So let's look at that item. Leliana. A wolf killer, huh? And of course it's not as good as the one that she's already got. Oh dear. Never mind. We'll be able to sell it for some money. Okay, so let me see about this. Hella. Or maybe... Oh, I'm so confused about what I should do. Where's this one? You've leveled up again, so let's give you something. Let me have a look. Okay, so you have what? You're not even the one who has survival talent. Who has the survival? Did I give anybody survival? Oh, I'm so confused now.
Blood and
Okay.
damnation.
Yes.
Indeed.
I don't think I gave you it. But I'll check.
Indeed.
He needs more dexterity, so let's put dexterity on him. There we go. And my dear. Let me have a look. You don't have the skill, you don't have the skill, you don't have the skill, you don't have the skill. Was it actually Zevran? I don't think I... Oh, I'm terrible at this.
Frost and damnation.
Yes.
Excuse me a moment. Yeah, you have that one, so... I might come back to it. Because I really don't want to lose, like, 2 of my skills to it. We'll see, we'll see. We've got time to decide. Okay? I don't know why I did that. Okay, let's head out. Let's talk to Mithra on our way out. Where is it? Let me actually bring people back. Where have they gone?
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't feel comfortable without a full crew. Hello.
I understand we will be joining you in battle as soon as the hunters have recovered. I look forward to it.
Me too.
So, you're female, Leliana, right?
I am? That's news. When did that happen?
I just wanted some advice. What should I do if I think a woman is special and...
You want to woo her? Here's a good tip. You shouldn't question her about her femaleness.
All right, yes, good point.
Why do you ask? Are you afraid things will not proceed naturally?
Why would they? Especially when I do things like ask women if they're female.
It adds to your charm, Alistair. You're a little awkward. It is endearing.
So I should be awkward. Didn't you just say not to do things like that?
Just be yourself. You do know how to do that, don't you?
All right, forget I asked.
Oh, poor Alistair. Always getting beat on by the ladies. Let's head to the party camp first. Hey, Franklin. Why are you looking at... Franklin wagged his tail and looked at Sten.
Yes, it is good to have my sword at my side again. I call her Asala, the soul, my soul. She is forged from rare blue steel and has served me faithfully for many years. Yes, you understand what it is like to have a weapon that is part of you. Few others do.
Aww. That was cute.
What say you?
Care to answer some questions?
By all means.
So, yeah, what is your opinion of the Dalish?
I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. All is tale in the book.
So, was the recruit to your father?
How should I know? My mother was a
Oh,
whore,
yeah, you
as
got a
will
point.
recall.
You got a point, my
None
man.
of the other elven boys in the whorehouse knew their fathers. I was not so unusual. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear.
And yet you're oddly cheerful about it all.
It could have been much worse. Shall I tell you about what happened to the other whorehouse boys who did not fetch a decent price with the crows? Surely your life has not been so idyllic. People like you and I are not
No.
the product of happy lives of contentment, after all.
I'm very surprised that my mother didn't, sell me to anybody. But yeah, you can say that again.
My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again.
There'd be no joy in your life at all. But how do you feel about the Dalish in general, then?
I don't feel anything about them. Oh, we heard about them in the city, even deep in Antiva. I even had the notion once to run off and join them. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Okay. How are we doing, Alistair?
Yes?
I have some questions.
Of course.
Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
Where are the nearest Grey Wardens from here?
That's a good question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands.
Me neither. Is there a headquarters somewhere? I know we had Soldier's Peak.
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that.
Yeah, we just walk into the palace, to the compound.
The only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfels, 1,000 miles from here. But I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
So what happens now that there's just the two of us?
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone.
They probably would.
Try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden.
Although it would depend where the archdemon, like, emerges.
So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
What would happen if we just left?
Just left? You mean just left Ferelden? I don't know. If there's an archdemon, however, we're supposed to be the only ones who can defeat it. And that means the blight would grow unchecked. Eventually, other Grey Wardens in Orlais and other lands would hear about it, and they would come to fight it, but they wouldn't come in time to save Ferelden. There's no way. I'm not going anywhere.
No, me neither, but... You know, I think about it sometimes. Will we need to eventually start rebuilding the Order?
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be two of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere.
I have no more questions.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. Yes?
That's it for now. Hey Wyn, how are you doing?
What's on your mind?
Is there something we could do to cure you?
Cure me? What, am I sick now?
You know what I mean. You're a little dead?
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child. Your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
I don't fear death, it's the dying that scares me.
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, They say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content, it is enough.
Are you content, Wyn?
I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we?
I guess we will. Ogwen?
Just leave me alone, Warden. Seriously.
Why are you upset about something? We've already had that conversation. I'd like to know more about you. Are you sure you're fine with what happened with Blanca?
Oh, sure. I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean? Explains why she left, anyway.
I imagine she wasn't that crazy when she left.
Oh, you don't know her. She was cracked like a glass floor. Before she was a paragon, I mean. After that, she really fell apart. I mean, she leaves me and flits about with that water-dart Hespith. What's she got that I don't?
Boobs?
Just the thought of the two of them together, kissing and licking and...
Ogwen.
intertwined on the floor of the deep roads.
Ogwen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tent for a moment. Excuse me.
Ogwen, no. Ogwen, you. Let us never be alone with him, Leliana.
I was just thinking about what happened to the elves, and I'm reminded of a song sung to me many years ago. It was when my mother died, and this wise elven woman comforted me and told me that we shouldn't fear death or hate it. Death is just another beginning. One day, we must all shed our earthly bodies to allow our spirits to fly free.
We believe that we return to the stone and become ancestors.
And thus you embark upon another journey.
Yeah.
Death is just the gateway.
Sorry, that face was a bit much. Aw. Morgan's like, shut the F up, girl. Oh, that was very romantic. I liked that a lot, Leliana.
I'm here for you.
We need to talk.
Of course.
You were a traveling minstrel. Do you have any tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Tell me about Darkspawn then.
Chantry law says it is man's pride that created the Darkspawn. In ages past, the mages of the Tevinder Imperium ruled much of the world we know. In their pride, they thought their magics invincible and imagined that they were greater than the Maker himself. So thinking, they invaded his golden city, planning to take it for themselves and depose their own creator. But they were impure and full of sin. And it is with the sin that they tainted the golden city, corrupting it forever. The Maker cursed them and cast them from his sight. Wherever they went, they spread the taint of their sin. Any land that was touched by the taint became blighted and would suffer no life. Instead, the Darkspawn arose to torment us and remind us of our hubris.
Know any stories from Olay?
Of course, Orlesians enjoy telling stories. I shall tell you my favorite tale of Aveline, the Knight of Olay.
That sounds interesting.
A long time ago, a girl child was born to a farmer. He had hoped for a son, not a daughter, and so he told his wife to abandon the child in the woods. Before the cold could claim her, the baby was found by a tribe of Dalish elves who took pity on the poor mewling thing and raised her as their own. Aveline, for that is what they called her, grew strong and quick and clever under the guidance of the elves. She learned to wield the sword as well as any man, could kill a deer with an arrow at 100 paces, and was as graceful on the back of a horse as she was on foot.
Continue,
Aveline's
please.
Dalish guardians saw that she could easily best any Orlesian chevalier in battle, and wanted to show the cruel humans the child they had left to die. They bestowed upon her a fine horse and armor, and sent her to prove herself to her people in the grand tourney. Now in those days, no woman was allowed to take up arms, let alone compete in the grand tourney, but Aveline kept her helmet on and was not discovered.
Did she win the tourney?
Aveline won many events and gained the approval of the adoring crowd. Eventually, she came face to face with the knight Kaleva in the grand melee. Aveline had already bested him in the jousts, and Kaleva was determined not to lose a second time. Out of desperation to regain his honor, Kaleva tripped Aveline and tossed her to the ground, ripping off her helmet as he did so. Silence fell upon the arena as Aveline was revealed. Kaleva declared the previous competitions invalid. A woman had taken part, and this was not allowed. But the crowd cheered for Aveline. Kaleva was furious, for he had lost to a woman and was now being shamed. Blinded by his rage, he forced Aveline to her knees. "Know your place, woman," cried he, and slit her throat.
Oh. I was hoping for a happy ending.
The son of the king, Prince Freyan, was present. He recognized Aveline's skill and bravery and began to see the injustice done to the women in his land. When he was made king, he rewrote the laws of Olay so that women could also become chevalier. He honored Aveline and knighted her after her death. And to this day, any female who is knighted reveres Aveline the Brave, for she is the patron of all women chevalier.
Oh. Do you know any Ferelden legends?
I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Flemeth? Morrigan's mother was called Flemeth.
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of
I would
legend?
not be surprised.
Flemeth, the devourer of men. Flemeth, mother of witches. Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists.
I mean, Leliana, you were with me when we went to kill her. She turned into a dragon. Somehow, it's not that much of a stretch to imagine her as Flemeth, the devourer of men, Flemeth, mother of witches, Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists. Like, didn't we kill her because she was going to take over Morrigan's body, which makes me think mother of witches? She didn't introduce herself as such, no.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Tell me the whole story then.
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
I think most of these stories I've already heard through the codexes, but I don't mind hearing them from Leliana. She's got a beautiful voice, and she's a great storyteller. But ooh, the plot thickens.
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry.
As it always
the demon
does.
Possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many Chasing men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
Don't look at Morrigan, don't look at Morrigan, don't look at Morrigan. Tell me about Alindra and her soldier.
A long time ago, there lived a fair maiden called Elindra. She had many suitors, but spurned them all, for she did not love them. One day, Elindra was sitting by her window in her father's castle, singing and dreaming, when her lovely voice caught the attention of a young soldier. Entranced by her song, the soldier drew near to Elindra's window. As their eyes met, he fell in love with her, and she with him. When Elindra told her father about the man she had chosen, he was furious, for Elindra was high-born, but her love nothing more than a common soldier. To keep them apart, he had Elindra imprisoned in the highest tower of his castle, and sent her soldier to the wars. Alas, not a month had passed before news of the soldier's death reached Elindra. Alone in her tower, Elindra wept for her love. And
Leliana has told me this story before. Has she told me all the stories before?
Her plea that the gods themselves were moved. They gathered Elindra into their arms and lifted her high into the heavens.
I don't
where
think
she
so.
became a star. The gods also raised up the soul of Elindra's soldier love, and there he dwells, across the horizon from her. The band of stars between them is a river of Elindra's tears, cried for her lost love. They say that when Elindra has cried enough, she will be able to cross the river to be reunited with her soldier.
I'd like to hear
All right.
Undertale.
It is my job to spin yarns after all.
Yeah, because now it's saying, tell me about this again. So, for some reason, we had this story, but not the others. There was another story I wanted to hear.
Which one?
Do you know anything about Dalish?
I have heard a little about how the elves gained their freedom from the Tevinter Imperium. When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own.
It did not last though, did it?
The elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the building of no chantry. This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves struck first, but I do not know whether to believe it. The chantry declared a holy exalted march against the elves, named for Andraste's similar march against Tevinter. During the exalted march of the Dales, the elven cities were sacked, and the elven state completely dissolved. Some of the elves bitterly accepted their fates and surrendered to human rule, living in the human cities as second-class citizens. But others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow to the humans, and instead became homeless wanderers. They were the elves of the Dales, the Dalish.
Dales, is it Dale and Dalish? How did I not work that out? Why am I so stupid? What do you know about Andraste?
Andraste was the Maker's chosen.
She probably knows a lot about
The Maker
Andraste.
had long since abandoned the world when the sound of her singing turned his ear. Beauty, grace, and wisdom enraptured him, and he offered to take her from this flawed world to become his divine bride. But Andraste had an earthly husband and would not forsake him. Instead, she beseeched the Maker to return to his people once more. So earnest was her plea that the Maker was moved, and promised that he would create a paradise on earth if all abandoned their false gods and turned once more to him. And this is why Andraste began her exalted march on the idolaters of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker granted her his powers with which to smite her enemies. Andraste brought the Imperium to its knees, and her victories converted many to the worship of the Maker.
Tell me about Shatan again.
When Andraste began her exalted march against the Imperium, the elves joined her cause to fight their masters. The great elven leader, Shatan, born in captivity, rose up to lead his people. He foresaw a future where the elves were free. Shatan was killed when Andraste was betrayed, but the elves continued to fight, eventually breaking free of the Imperium. The elves claimed the Dales in the south and settled there in the land of their own.
Yep, and it didn't
The
last.
elves lived in the Dales for centuries. They resurrected the worship of the elven gods and would allow the
we've
building
heard
of
this
no
part of the
chantry.
story again.
This angered the chantry, and the hostility between the two factions finally broke out in open war. The chantry says the elves... The chantry declared during the exalted... Some of the elves bitterly accept, but others, still fiercely proud of their heritage, refused to bow
how
to
did
the
Andraste
humans.
die?
Alas, it was the frailties of men that betrayed and killed Andraste. Her earthly
I
husband,
feel really
Mafarath,
bad.
the chieftain of the Alamari tribes himself, grew jealous as his wife's popularity and influence overshadowed his own. She was also revered as the Maker's betrothed, and Mafarath began to see their own bond waning in significance as Andraste became ever more devoted to the Maker. Out of envy and spite, Mafarath made a pact with the Archon Hissarion of Tevinter, allowing his beloved Andraste to be ambushed and captured. Andraste was burned at the stake in Minrathous, the capital of Tevinter.
But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I feel really bad about interrupting Leliana there. Why did the Maker not save her with his power?
I have thought on this too. Did he withdraw his sight from her at that moment? Where were all the powers he bestowed upon her? This question has come to me many times, and I have no answer. Perhaps there was no way for Andraste to return to the Maker but through her death. We will never know for sure.
Nope. Let's move on. Wow, that was a long conversation that I think I only half heard before. So what do we have here? We've been putting runes in. Crafting materials, huh? Not at the moment. Not saying no, just saying not yet. So we've talked to all them, let's talk to Sten.
What is your wish, Kadan?
Kadan, huh? I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
farmers
we've
wish
talked.
to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Yeah, I think we've
Very well.
we've exhausted everything that he said. Yeah, I don't want to have that conversation again. So let's go.
As you wish.
Okay, I think we've done with everything that Sten has to say. Do you have anything to say, Shale?
It speaks.
I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
You watched that? No. How did you end up in Honleith? Do you remember?
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum, snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
Do you remember anything before Honleith?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
But why were you out in front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
His wife?
I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
Oh. How does someone shrink a golem?
With a chisel.
Oh.
And a lot of nerve.
I thought it was a magic spell. I would have thought you'd enjoy scaring the humans, though.
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some scary thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself. Ugh.
You didn't like this Wilhelm, I take it.
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much, his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
Wilhelm's wife sold it, I believe.
Hag.
Interesting, but I'm done asking about that.
Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again,
It does,
doesn't
it does. It enjoys it quite a lot. So I've talked to everybody over there. I think it's just Morrigan. I doubt she has much to say, but we'll ask.
It is a curious thing. I do not know how else to describe it.
Oh, did you have your first feeling? What? Is something wrong?
No, nothing is wrong. It is a little embarrassing to admit, in fact. I am reminded of our first meeting in the wilds. I had been in animal form for some time, watching your progress. I was intrigued to see such a formidable woman, obviously more potent
Hell
than
yeah,
the
I
men
was.
she travelled with. Yet I resented it when Flemeth assigned me to travel with you. I assumed that, at best, you would drive me from your company as soon as we left the wilds.
I mean, I wouldn't have drove you for my company, but if you wanted to leave, I would have let you. But, you know, I really enjoyed every conversation you had with Alistair. It was a lot of fun, and I am very sorry I kicked you from my party as soon as Wynn arrived. I could maybe have given you some of those health stuff. But why would I do that?
I am aware that I have little talent for forming friendships, to put it lightly. It is something I know nothing of, nor ever thought I needed. Yet when I discovered Flemeth's plans, you did not abandon me. Whatever your reasons, you fought what must have been a terrible battle without hope of real reward.
I did it because I'm your friend, and you asked me to.
And that is what I do not understand. Of all the things I could have imagined would have resulted when Flemeth told me to go with you, the very last would have been that I would find in you a friend, perhaps even a sister. I want you to know that while I may not always prove worthy of your friendship, I will always value it. But enough of such idle talk. There are more useful things to be done, surely.
Jeez, every time I have a conversation with Morrigan, my feelings just go way out of whack. Like, I'm just so emotional just talking
If
to
there's
her.
anything I can do for you, please tell me.
Let me see your
I'm sure you'll be
wares,
pleased with the
please.
goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Yeah, I don't need any of this. If I hadn't used it yet, I won't use it now. A helmet, ashen gloves, leather boots, chainmail. No, thank you. Can sell that. How many? Let me get rid of that. I don't need that. Put that back on me. Yep, you're better with both of them. Let me pop that back in there. Sure, if you want them, wear them. You look good in them, dude. Give you that. No, let's give you that. And is that good? That's less good than what he's already got on, and I think he's had that in a while. That's terrible. Let me just talk to
If
these
there's
guys again.
anything
Sell
I
some
can
of
do
that
for
stuff.
you, please tell me.
Yeah, let me see
I'm
your
sure
wares.
you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Yeah, if I want it back, I can just quickly sell it back. I'm not really going to use that ever. But yeah, we've got more gifts, but we will first head to Denerim to hand some quests in. Because now I think I did get the 18 corpse skull now, so that's good.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, and yep. And hopefully next episode we can actually go to Haven. See if we can do something about Al Eamon. Al Eamon. Calm down, Win. Looks like she's about to attack something. Okay, so
As there is but one
yep,
world,
I'm not talking to you
one
guys
life,
again.
one death.
Hello.
And after much sweat, blood and toil, her labors ended, and the world marveled at what she wrought.
Right, yes. What was that one? Yep, caravan down.
And after much sweat, blood and toil, her labors ended, and the world marveled at what she wrought.
Yep.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Yep.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else on the board? No, we're good. So let's go
All men are the work of
talk
our
to this guy here. Hello.
A little something extra for friendship.
Of course. Anything good in here? Nope. Okay, so let me have a quick look. So the Mage's Collective. I've still got to find these scrolls of Banner Store. Places of Power. Well, I've got the one in the Brazilian Forest, the Deep Roads and the Circle Tower, so I assume there's one here in Denerim. Probably the Palace, I'd say. So travel to the Brazilian Forest and say the Cabal of Maleficarum. Okay. So, not seen that one, not seen that one. He had nothing for us yet. We can't get into the alienage. Okay, so we have to head back to this guy to hand those two quests in, which I think is around the same place as these. I can't complete those two yet, but oh. Okay, we've not done that yet. We can send that in. We can hand that in, and I think they're all in the Nord Noble Tavern. Hey, Slim. Excuse me. I think I've gone the wrong way. Where is the Nord Noble Tavern? No, I was heading the right way. Maybe. No, I wasn't. I was then heading the right way. Okay. Yeah, it's over here. I'm terrible. It's just like one square and I just can't do it. I'm like, which way do I go?
Huh.
Okay, so this is the guy who's got things for interested
What can
parties.
I get you, stranger?
I've finished a favour for one of your interested parties. He nods discreetly and makes a note of the recognition you are owed. Nod and leave. Okay.
What can I get you, stranger?
Anyone need help? Maybe with something not strictly legal? Okay, we've got some more So we've got correspondence interruptus, which we've already accepted, which is the love letters, I believe. So false witness. D has need for assistance. There are those who seek to impugn upon my good reputation. Certain aspects of business may have required unpalatable acts, but these former associates were just as much a part of them as I was. Their supposed redemptions reek of opportunity, not conscience. These loose tongues need heads to match. I need someone who is free to travel and knows what to do when traitors are found. The reward will be appropriately handsome and untraceable. A little something from K. Seems some people just can't play fair. Make changes to benefit everyone and all you get to glares from the old men. No more toys for me, it seems, unless an enterprising friend cares to make a strategic donation. Something nondescript that can be moved by small vendors. Garnet. Let's say 10 pieces. Can't trade money for money, but I'm generous with my gratitude. I believe we can already hand that one in. Let me have a look. Yeah, bring 10 pieces of garnet to the well-connected bartender in the Nord Noble Tavern for K. Skinny Frank has a safe house near Lake Callanhad. Cam of Redcliffe routinely does in stores in Denerim, and Brian, Lowly Brian, was seeking sanctuary with the dwarves of Orzammar. I don't want to head back to Orzammar.
What can I get you, stranger?
I finished a favour for one of your interested parties. I will nod and leave. I will also check just to see if there's anything else. Yeah, dead drops. Kay is looking for someone who can travel afield. What with guards and suspicious old men watching my every move, how's a man supposed to keep up with his weave of influencers and get his associates their deserved rewards? If someone was to deliver the spoils of my previous deals, I would be certain to compensate them with a fair amount of coin. It is a bit for travel, but one must keep updated on their debts owed and earned. Who is with me? Okay. So that is Denerim Market, Redcliffe, and one outside Orzammar, and one in the Spoiled Princess Inn. So they're pretty much the exact same place as the other guy, so at least that's 2 for 1. But we'll hand in this one. Hello, my dude.
Find everything you need?
The payment was sufficient?
Payment? Oh, just make sure you drop by from time to time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Okay.
Find everything you need?
We're good. What am I looking in here? Okay. Take all.
If I could have a moment?
Yeah. Quest updated, so I've handed both of them in. So, has he got something else? Hello.
You've been busy, traveling all over. And such tragic news you keep bringing.
Yeah, I'm very sorry about that.
If you check up on one more person. I'm sure you'll find this scroll quite interesting.
Item received. Where's this scroll? Is it in keep for items? This is the Antivan contract for the assassination of Captain Chase. Let me have a look. Complete one last mission for Master Ignacio. The ransom. The last scroll indicates that some of Alhal's special handpicked men are awaiting a ransom to free a kidnapped boy. The crows are setting them up by sending disguised assassins to the meeting, but will need backup to take out all of the Arl's elite soldiers. Especially their leader, Captain Chase. The location is marked on your Denerim map. Okay. So... okay. I don't know where I am. Oh, congratulations, Win. Oh, you got some good stuff. Let's put you up to Master. And we'll give you Arcade Mastery. What's this? Momentum. Okay. Let me bring these over here. Let me take that up. I'm never going to steal from somebody. So let's go in there. Let's go in there. Let's go in there. Let's go in there. Let me move them a little bit. There we go. Okay. So let me leave. And then let me dead drop. What's dead drop again? It's been 5 minutes. Get one in the Denerim Market, one in Redcliffe, one outside Orzammar, and one at the Spoiled Princess Inn. Okay. Right, so let's hand that in, and then we will just explore Denerim again. Yep, you placed a deserved payment in the dead drop as Kay instructed. Okay. I don't think there's anything else here, but we will head further around. Oh, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Kids these days, always in the way. Maybe it's just those two kids, because they're complaining about them every time I go past them. It's just like, move! Okay, so we've got the ransom drop there. Oh, should we try the deserted building as well? So we've done the dead drop. So that was in Denerim. Just that's somewhere here as well, I think. What is this for? Oh, this is for the Trial of Crows, isn't it?
Now let's.
Oops. Ow. Okay, Win. Could you please maybe heal? Can I heal that guy? Little bit. I probably need a bit of healing, but I can just do this. Let me just do that. Yeah. Get him! Get him! Oh, that shouldn't be there, that should be over there. You fought off wave after wave. This wasn't really a wave after wave. We killed Captain Chase, but it was all a ruse. There was no hostage. The tight-lipped crews told you to talk with your contact. Oh my god, did a crow actually betray me? What a surprise! Don't give me life ward, that's just pointless. But win. Okay.
We're done here. Go back to your contact, quickly.
Ew. It's like that, is it? Can I even get out this way? No, I can't. Follow me, guys. Okay, so I don't know whether there's anywhere else in town that we have. I hate it when it does that. Just go this way and this way. Why do we have to go all the way around? I don't think there's anything here. I'm just having a check. So I think there's one more thing we've got to do in Denerim. Hello? Anybody here? Oops. Well, oopsie daisy. I'll still be careful around those guys. I don't really trust the whole... Oh, that felt nice.
That's one for me.
So I assume you guys have got it, that's why I'm just looting. City map, back alley, city map. Leliana?
Right away.
Thank you.
Let's get on with it then.
So these just go back to the city map, do they? Yes. Okay, anything here? Nope. Let's head back. Let's do this dirty back alley. Nope, there's nothing here either. Nope. Okay. So let's go do that deserted house. I feel that we can actually do it now. Then again, that would be third time's the charm. But okay, so like I do every time I enter this place, I will save. Hello. Don't like having you. Come on.
Alright, I'm here. Here comes trouble.
The battle is finished.
Yes, it is. And we somehow managed it. So let's do that. Key for the door. Chainmail, and I use the key. Okay.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, come on. Leliana, where's that strap? Go fill it up. Go.
Yes.
Go do it. You guys deal with that. I will help Leliana with these guys. It does want to fight. You guys deal with them, and I'll just loot this body, so I don't have to come back later. Oh, thanks, Win. Oh, Leliana, deal with that. Oh, sweetie, you tried, but you failed. Okay. Let's open this door. Hello?
You need me?
I do need you. Elf fruit. Hello? Didn't know what you wanted to do, but I was not allowing it. It's no way, no how.
Trap right ahead.
Where's this trap?
Adventure's not over yet.
Apparently not. Could you also open that for me, please? We've already been to the tavern. Don't know what else you want from me. What's in here? Hello? Bye bye. This is so much easier than the last time. Like, last time it was just like such a struggle. I think we've already died the last time. Last time I came down here, I was dead around this time. Maybe. Congratulations, by the way. Let's give you the master combat. Give you evasion. Okay, there's nothing else in here except that. 10 silver, don't mind if I do. And yes, this is the way to go. With the door open, it's sort of oh, I should get that tap, sorry. Don't fight my boy. I'll get there eventually. Oh, get to this guy and use that. Oh, just not in time. But we killed him anyway. I was like, yeah, sure, I could reach that in time. Okay, it doesn't really matter which way we go. Let me open that. I was like, did I just see people in there? And the answer was, yes, I did. Yes, thank you for following me around. But I killed... Oh, there's one more. Oh.
Yes.
Come on, let's have some more. Oh, Okay, I'm really pissed off with this fight. I've chopped off 2 people's heads already. Oh, I'm sorry for that, dude. Lesser health.
All right.
Blood mage. Mercenary. Weapon stand. Okay, so let's have a look in here. Doesn't look like there's anything here.
Going.
Nope, just make that for me, thank you. Oh, we've got some
Going.
stuff here that I can sell. Not sell, that I can loot. Okay, there's this one guy here. That hurts, but you are the one that will get hurt. Oh, I need to start attacking Alistair. It's a good job that I can't. I saw him sort of like fall. What the hell was that? Is it some sort of trap? Oh, is it like the grease spell? It might be the grease spell. That's this bit, is it? Yeah. It's just like a whole lot of grease. That's funny.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Thank you.
Right. Going.
Oh, Magister's Shield, a trade manifest, and some gold. New Codex, the Magister's Shield. On the very day that the final stone was set into place in the Grand Cathedral of Olay, Archon Vespian was assassinated. For 3 days, every Magister Lord of the Imperium lived behind a wall of armoured guards. When his successor, Hadrius, was finally named Archon, the first enchanter of the Circle of Mithranthos presented him with a gift, a silvery, unadorned chain made from pure lyrium. Enchantment had been worked into the links of the chain, so that donning this necklace was like holding up a shield. Blows struck at the wearer glanced harmlessly away. Unfortunately, Hadarius found that the shield did not protect him against poison nearly so well. Why have we got some people here? Oh, okay. Zephian is an old, severe elf with little love for outsiders, but his clan is facing a more trying enemy. Long ago, in retribution for an attack against his clan, he unleashed a terrible curse. He summoned a spirit into this world and set it upon the humans who had wronged him. The spirit did not simply slaughter the Zephian's enemies, it transformed them into monstrous beasts. In time, however, the werewolves he had created regained their minds, and they sought out the one responsible for their suffering, turning the curse upon Zethrian's own people. At the urging of the Lady of the Forest, Sylvi persuaded Zethrian to give up his own life, returning the werewolves to their human forms and saving the elves who had been inflicted with the curse. And then Witherfang. Witherfang is, according to Keeper Zethrian, a wolf. He is no ordinary wolf, however. He is a wolf possessed by a powerful spirit, and the source of the wolf's curse that plagues the Basilian forest. While Witherfang is hundreds of years old and very powerful in his own right, the only way to end his curse is to cut out his heart and bring it to Zethrian. It appears that Witherfang has 2 sides, as nature does. One is the wolf, savage and male, but the other is the Lady of the Forest, gentle and female. Witherfang is both beast and beauty, terrible and peace-loving. The lady has guided the werewolves of the Basilian forest to come to peace with their nature, as has she. Okay. Oh, we've got a cabinet there. Let's take that and let's continue on. Yeah, I definitely died by now last time. Hello.
I know not how you have survived thus far. Is it luck or providence?
It's reloaded
No
the game 3
You
times.
will not survive this!
Sorry, I was drinking a drink and then I paused it to like pause it. I paused it to finish drinking and I accidentally continued doing it. There we are. He was easy.
I think we work well together.
We did. We worked great. You hit him, we did the old 1-2. Oh. Injury kit. So let us look at this guy. So we've got, ooh, a bedroom key, huh? Interesting. Oh, come on. Excuse me. I mean, nothing else was locked, so it's... What is the bedroom key for, then? I don't know. Let's head to the bell. Is there anything here? It doesn't look like it. Hello, Sangha. Yep, all these doors are open, so whatever. Let me have a look. Okay, there's no bedroom key there anymore. Okay. I'm not exactly sure what I have to do next for that. Bedroom key and an 8 dress key. Doesn't really help me though. Let's head back to the market district. But I think this is where we will leave it off. Let me just look in the Wonders of Thedas. See if there's anything there that I need to do. Plus I need to sell some stuff as well, so yeah. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Hello. Got a bit worried there. I thought they were waiting to gang up on me. Yeah, here we go. This is Cam Guy. Hello.
I knew this was coming. Spent all the coin preparing, so I ain't dying over it.
Time for more practice. Try not to lose
Feel a bit bad about just chucking him in the fire. Sorry for the mess up there, dude. I'm sure you can, you know, clean it up. Do you have anything good?
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. We carry items crafted by the Circle, as well as a variety of antiquities. Is there anything you would like to see?
I would browse his wares, please. Oh, we got some stuff here. Let me take some of these. I've got the money to spend. Quite a few of them. Well, we've got a spirit healer there, but it's no point. The only one that we use is Win, and she already knows spirit healer. Okay. While I'm here, actually, let me have a look at Win. And let me have a look at this Dwarven Regicide thing. Okay, so we just need Concentrator Agent. Do you have any?
Welcome to the wonders
yep,
of
we've
Thedas.
talked about that already. Do you have any Concentrator Agent? No. Okay. Let me go back to me. Let me have a talk to that dwarf guy. I think there's just one more in here, right? Somewhere. Hey.
Welcome back. Is there something else you'd like to look at? Only the finest crafts. Straight
I
from
don't think you'll have any, but I'll have a look. Show me what you have.
Every piece comes with a stamp of assurance from my wife's father, the best smith in Denerim.
Oh, you had a backpack. Will it even work now? 25. Hell yeah. Okay. So let me head to back this way, back to the Nord Noble Tavern. Turn that quest in.
Going.
Talk to Master Ignacio about the lie that he told. Excuse me. Do you have it? What? Yeah. There's a thug there, that's not good. Take them though.
I heard there was quite a scuffle in the alleyways. Well done, Warden.
You never intended to rescue the kid, did you?
You'd be wrong. Our contract had two important jobs. One was to kill the boy's kidnapper, Captain Chase. The other was his rescue. You took care of Chase. And some friends have already returned the boy safely to his father.
And why didn't you tell me that?
We are told only what we need to know. That's an assassin's life. All you needed to know was your target. Any more information you got was really a bonus.
So are we done here then?
I've nothing more for you. I hope you found the contents of the chest satisfying. My superiors want me to convey their thanks. The crows aren't accepting any more contracts on you.
I appreciate
and when
that.
this blight ends, we'd love you to visit Antiva to discuss other opportunities.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Our business here is done.
Just remember our offer. We could really use someone with your talent.
Our business here
It's time
is
for
done.
me to take a vacation. Caesar has a special stock of wares that might interest you. It was a pleasure working with you, Warden. Luck be to you.
Goodbye. Talk about disappearing. Anyway, that is it for this episode. I will hopefully between episodes find some concentrator agent. We'll have to explore the world again, unfortunately, you guys. I might find out what I have to do with that bedroom key. Who knows? A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. But anyway, I will see you guys next episode. Bye.